Hey, what is going on? No microphone. Oh, no. There it is. It was working. I thought I had the buck problem with no microphone. What is going on, Space Pirates and Chippy Nation? Hope everybody's doing well. Another long day of work done, but I'm feeling a little better than I was the other day, just knowing I have off tomorrow. So let's scroll up and see who's here. What's going on, Bud, Omar, Jalen, GB, Ken, what's going on, buddy? Mark Shue. Hey, there's Top. What's going on, buddy? Hey, Bud, if you sell your space loot, HLI gets a 50% cut. What's going on, Maddie? And I think that is it. Oh, Bob Bruce. What's going on, Bob? Model Rex is here. Hey, we got a bunch of people tonight. Hola, Senor Ran. So, yes, we're here. We're here again tonight. We'll do our little hangout, just chit-chatting, and then we'll take a look, because I haven't shown this one yet. So we'll do a little unboxing of the Hummer, and we'll talk about that guy. That's what I used, or I crewed, I should say, in the United States Army 101st Airborne Division. So that would be cool. What are we printing up? What are we printing up? What did I miss? Working on 1/140 scale Falcon plus 1/1000 scale Enterprise. It's been 2 months since I posted anything on my YouTube channel. We'll post soon. Cool, Ken. Can't wait to see what you post up. Yeah, I haven't posted a regular video in a while. I know I should be getting in some stuff from Green Strawberry. This way I can do that. I think they're sending me over their junior kits. What their junior kits are, it's not one of the bigger sets they have. Junior kits are made for people that haven't really worked with PE. They're smaller, just to give you a little bit of a taste of PE, to add some stuff to your build. So once you get used to those, you can graduate up into the bigger ones. Did Kenny just say he's getting a Hummer? I have a Hummer. I used to have a Hummer, and I got a little Hummer. all sorts of Hummers. Don't forget, guys, next Saturday is the last Saturday of the month. I got to figure out what I could do for a giveaway. Plus, we have the vote going on over at the community. I'll go back to that a little later, and we'll 20%. Nope, HLI takes a 50% cut. That's all. We go no lower than 50%. We're kind of like the mafia. That 50% is actually 70%. Working third shift, man. That's totally rough. Hey, Eric, what's going on? I hope you're feeling well, buddy. Eric in the house. Yeah, so we worked our overtime today. We're off tomorrow, and then we'll see what next week brings us. Hopefully 50. I say 50, and that's it. Hopefully some more overtime. We'll have Vinny here. We got enough money for Vinny for a week, and then I'll probably, like I said, rotate the overtime between Vinny and paying my bills off so I can get that done. Tomorrow we're going to do some stuff up front, start getting the yard ready, because fall is almost here. Official fall is almost here. The leaves are already starting to change up here. So I'm sure upstate New York and Vermont, they're really already changing. So we want to get that done, all cleaned up, get the upstairs cleaned up and ready for the holidays. Already started. I have a DVD player and a VCR, but you guys see my new fireplace with the TV, so I can't put them up there all wired. They're going to go down in the downstairs living room. So now I got to buy all my movies on all my Christmas movies so I can stream them now upstairs. So we're getting prepared for the holidays. I tried to Bud for half his space loot. I tried to Bud for half his space loot. That's right, Vinny's my knockoff, man. He's got the big baseball bat. I don't know where the hell I cut my hand today, but I cut my hand pretty good on something. Must have been sharp because I didn't feel it. So, definitely the boards, the new 001A boards are in the mail to me. So I should have them. I'm trying to see if I can find. Spence sent me the tracking to it. There it is. It's actually the last message, so we'll see where it's at. And then next week, oh, it's already halfway there. I should have it Monday. Monday, wow, it's actually in Jersey already, so it's not too far. So I'll have the new boards on Monday. I'll have those in hand. So as soon as I get home from work, I'll tell Paul we got them. I'll count up the boards. We'll put them up on the site, and then they're up for sale again, and we'll see if we could sell them out real quick like we did last time. But I know we have backup boards that Spencer's working on. It's a ton of boards, and they're going to be shipping them over to me. We definitely have one new board coming out. I'll tell you what that is once we get the board, and I could do a demo on it. And then a couple other boards that should be coming out soon. Yeah, I can't tell you what they are yet. There's a couple things we do with the boards. One, we don't take pre-orders. Everybody knows that, because I am very adamant about not taking your money unless I have the board in hand and they've been tested, we know they work, and all that good stuff. So no pre-orders ever. I don't want to. I've seen too many companies fail, and I've seen a few companies that do boards fail because they took pre-orders and then something happened that they didn't have the boards, and then you got to scramble because I'm sure that money was spent. Paul's very good with the money. It all sits there. And we actually haven't, me, Tommy, and Paul have been doing the shop for a while, and we haven't taken a dime out of that for ourselves, except for things we need for the site, or like Paul's monitor broke, so you know we got that. I see buffering. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for board today, but yeah, we try to be very good with the money. This way we have it to buy more boards. Pretty much right now the boards are paying, like we sell them, they pay for another set of boards, because we do sell them very, very cheaply at a very good price to help your wallet out. Because we know that you're buying an expensive kit, you're buying the paint, you're buying the glues, you're buying this, you're buying that. So we try to make it a lot easier on your wallet to buy a board to light up your boards. That's another reason we don't add all the lighting. I keep saying this over and over, but we know most of you already have. You still haven't received yours yet? Holy cow. I gotta check your tracking. But that's, you know, that's the deal. We don't sell all the extras to keep it cheaper on you, because most people have all of the stuff. Now where the hell's my email? I know I sent you, you should have the tracking, Bob. Let's go into USPS orders. September 4th. Let's see if that's Bob there. Dual blinker, no. Oh, that's the sales. I don't want sales. I want USPS tracking. That's weird. That means a whole bunch of people probably didn't get theirs yet. And that's been out for a while. Sean, I know you got yours. September 3rd. And it was a small group of the same batch that went out that didn't get theirs yet, because for some reason there's Bob. There's Bob's. The last time I looked, you were supposed to get it September 10th. And I still have the tracking, which I can scroll up so nobody can see the tracking. And it's the halfway point, arriving late. If you should have the tracking, Bob. If you don't have the tracking, let me know. I'll send it to you so you can email USPS, see what's going on with that. I got to see if a few more people didn't get theirs. I know we send tracking to everybody. Once it's in the USPS's hands, it's out of our hands. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. And then if it doesn't get to you, then we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to have you file an insurance claim on it and get your money from the USPS. I need to find the last boards that got sold out. Yours is still stuck in New Jersey, Mark? Oh, that's crazy. That is. Bud always does that every stream. He says something and he retracts his message. I want to know what he said because I missed it. How is yours still sitting in New Jersey? That's just utterly ridiculous. You guys, you should have your tracking. If you do, please email USPS and see what's going on with it. There's Bob. Let's see. I sent yours out the same day as this other guy. and he got his. He's in Wisconsin, and he got his. When did I send yours, Mark? This is upsetting that a few of you haven't got them. But please, if you don't have an email with the tracking, let me know. Email me. I'll send you your tracking again. This way you can email or call USPS. This way, splashdown. and then email them and see where that's at. This way we can get on getting a, make the USPS pay for that. But we will definitely, if it does get lost in the mail, unfortunately we might have to wait for the USPS to pay you, and then we'll send, we'll have to send another one, which kind of sucks. Splashdown. Too much, way too much information on that one. Let me jump over to, if we have new people here, welcome. Jump in the chat, say hello to everybody, all that good stuff. If you haven't stopped by yet, how did the approval queue get down to 1? It should be 2 in here. There should be a bunch of spam people I got to get rid of. I got to get rid of a bunch of spam people. And you can tell I've been busy. I got 41 notifications that I haven't got to yet. If you haven't yet, please come down to the HLI announcements. Come and join the site too, because you got to be a member to vote. And then you're going to end up having to be a member to be in the group builds, because part of it's going to be you have to show progress. You got your air, lands, and sea. Oops, I didn't want to do that. You'll see what's being voted for. But you got all these here. You just click into them. You come to HLI questions and polls. Jump into these and do your thing voting. Please vote. This way it ends next Saturday. This way we get an idea of what you guys want to do, and the winners will be the group builds for next year. We had a couple suggestions, but as soon as I can think of one for the aliens and movie themed. There's actually, if I go over here, those would be movies, and one of the annual group builds is the TV and movie group build, so that would fall into there. We can definitely, I don't know how many real model kits are out there for aliens, so that would be a tough one. It wouldn't really give people many options to build. I know NY3D Creations has Ripley. I know there's some alien stuff out there. Don't think there's models of the ships really. I've seen a few scratch built ones of those, but we'll definitely have you can do that in the movie and TV one, but we could throw it up there for a vote. The other thing, when you're doing your builds, if it's not in a group build, please don't post them in here. I actually move stuff to the proper things, so if you get a notification from me, it's nothing you did bad. I just moved it to the proper place so people can find it easier. These are just meant for the group builds. And if you hear the washing machine in the background, I'm sorry. It's Kelly's doing the laundry. It's laundry day 2. Alrighty, so we'll run through group builds real quick, and then I'll put this on a break so I can move the computer to this side, flip the camera down, and we can take a look at the kit. The stream's current bit rate is higher than the recommended bit rate. What am I supposed to do about that? Group builds, that's this year. Please, I like the smash button. You should. Absolutely. So what Kenny is saying, you'll get yours, Bob. Yes, eventually everybody will get theirs. How's it in Teterboro, New Jersey? That is crazy. Yeah, if you get a chance, just shoot them an email, Mark, and see what the heck is up with that thing. It shouldn't have been sitting in Teterboro for that long. If you see Buckman's Model Mania here, he actually got a box from us. Well, not from us. He gave it to USPS, and his was crushed, and it had a label on there that said contents missing, and luckily enough, his boards were still in there, and they actually worked. So, run through quick. The end of the year is coming up. We only got 2 in the Braille scale. Nothing done in this. I know Benny was doing his, but he, you know, they had the hurricane and everything down there, so there's none in this. Wings of World War II, there was a couple done for this. Lovely Ladies only has a couple done. So the Halloween only has a few done, so get on your Halloween builds. We're running out of time. I have this guy all washed off. I think tonight, if I get a chance, I'm going to prime up all the parts for my builds. I got to get on mine also. Annual Christmas one. The Star Wars one, that goes until May something of next year, and then May the 4th we have our live show, and then back to the Braille scale one. So guys, that's why I want you guys to vote. This way, yes, it is still plugged in, it's still working. We see it every Tuesday night. Hi, Kelly.
Well, hello.
Kelly's here to check on the laundry. But that's why we're doing the vote for the group build. This way you guys can pick something you really want to do instead of having me every year pick out things. The only ones that I will pick out are the Halloween one. There's always going to be the Halloween one. The Christmas giveaway, not giveaway, the Christmas Secret Santa one will always be there, so when you get a chance you can do the group builds for that. And TV and movies is going to be there. So we'll have a few that'll always be there, but the other ones you guys will be able to vote on and pick what you want. And that's why we made the other things, so you guys can put suggestions up so we can use those for voting. The more you use the site, the more suggestions you give, the more fun it is. And please let your friends and fellow modelers know about HobbyLink International. I want to know that you have your guy washed off, Kenny. Yes, my guy is washed off, and I'm speaking about this guy right here. So with this guy, actually I'll probably show him underneath the camera. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to move my microphone, move my camera, flip the other camera down, and hopefully it's the right way. She just cut out. Oh, she actually closed the laundry room door, which was nice. Let's hit review. Okay, that's not too bad. And it's buffering. And it's buffering like crazy. Oh, I hate low. So I'm gonna wait because I don't know if you guys can see me or not. This thing looks like it's stuck. So I have no clue what is going on right now. I don't know if I should end the stream or not. Oh, wait. We might be here. Okay, so comes and goes. What's going on, Ron? I really hate. I think I had the feeling my FiOS won't be here till January with the new year and the new budget and all that other stuff. So this is the M1046 Humvee with a tow missile on it. This is from Tamiya. This is not the exact Humvee that I used. I was in an M996 or a 998 because we had both when I was in. I'm pretty sure mine was a 998. So that was mine. There's a few different things. Like mine didn't have a winch on the front. We had pretty much a straight bumper guard here. We didn't have that big brush guard either, and our unit was down on the bumpers over here. I think these are called CIP panels. We didn't have these either. To identify us to friendly aircraft, we had this big, I want to say it was reflective. I guess it was it wasn't reflective where the enemy could see it. I forgot what kind of panel it was, but it was cloth that we put on the back. It was kind of the same as we put on the back of our helmet. We had cat eyes on the back. Those were reflective, so you could see the guys ahead of you. And then like I was in Delta Company, so we had a triangle of other reflective kind of stuff on the back, and our triangle was the right way. So, and I'm doing things with my hands, forgetting that I don't have a side camera going on. That's one thing I got to fix for this. I don't have a side camera. I just have the one up here. So yeah, this is what I did. That's actually the day and night sight that I used. The day and night sight now is quite different. That's the launch tube. This is the MGS, the missile guidance system. Behind that would be a traversing unit. So we'll take a look at this and we'll tell you stories about the Humvee. The Humvee was nice. I loved my Hummer. This is actually the side view of the kit. This, I think the M1046, I think that's the Marine numbers that they used. We didn't use those numbers. We didn't have the big muffler off the side either, and we didn't have the big snorkel. We did have a forging kit we could put on this with the snorkel. I think it was 6 to 8 feet of water we could have forged. It was pretty deep that we could go through. And then they got the desert version, and then the hatch lifted. And that's another thing the kit doesn't come with. On the back of our Hummers, we actually had camo nets hooked up to the back of the Hummer, and that was a pain always to take those camo. Well, it wasn't really a pain to put them up. It was a pain when there was all leaves in them and you had to get them clean and stuff like that. What's going on, Jack? In my military kits, I have 177, You got some good military kits there. You can 3D print your face and head. You need to do that and put a character on this Hummer that can go hopefully make your own with you in it. That would be interesting. Tows are cool. I got to fire one at Fort Knox. That is actually where I fired my tow. Tows are awesome. We were the only platoon to hit both targets. One platoon missed. One platoon missed totally. The other two platoons only got one each. So this is actually from Bob Gregory. I told you guys a story. My first one got ruined, and he's seen this one and picked it up as a gift and sent it over to me. I loved the Hummer just because we carried so much weaponry on it. We had the tow missile, and depending on which section you were of the platoon, our platoon had 4 Hummers, 4 998s, and 1 command vehicle. That was a soft top. That was Sergeant V, Sergeant First Class V, and Lieutenant Jefferson. So they had the command vehicles. We were all in that, and it depended on which Hummer you were in. My Hummer, we carried the tow missile system. We had a 50 cal and a Mark 19 automatic grenade launcher. I liked being the driver because I carried the M16A2 with an M203. Sergeant Fry just had an M16A2, and Han, my gunner, had an M16A2 and also a 9mm on his hip, which was nice. We had fun. I'll tell you a few more stories after we look at stuff. I'll rip this open. I've built this kit. Don't say that on an airplane. What's going on, Ken? Excellent stream today. Ken Spriggs, our friend over there, did his first ever live stream, which I caught while I was ending my work day and then driving home. I got to listen to Ken. So here is the clear pieces. This is the windshield and the side windows, the rear marker lights, front marker lights. I actually may try to light this Humvee up. Tamiya always does an excellent job on their clear parts. They're always crystal clear. I think when I built this, I left the windows down. We always had the front 2 windows down, the back 2 windows up, and Han traveling in the gun. So those are very, very nice, and to me is always my favorite kits. It's a costume party. Halloween's the costume party. Halloween's the costume. I really hope my files is here before Halloween, because it'll suck if the live show is buffering. If I see that the live show is going to be really, really bad for Halloween, I'm going to have a backup plan, and I will do a slideshow recorded. This way, if the live stream is bad, we still can do the video of the guys' builds. So in here they have the little rubber wheels. That's I didn't realize they heat shrunk this one together instead of having a flap. But they're soft rubber. They got nice treads in them. I could rip this open if I find my scissors. See, I got my scissors with me. And they also have poly caps, I think they're called, for the axles. This way the wheels will spin. The wheels on the bus go round and round. They're actually nice. They don't have that usual big stripe around. They do have a little bit of a stripe around there that you got to get rid of. A little sandpaper will take that down. They got the markings on the side. I think they were Goodyear. Yeah, they are Goodyear tires. Nice and squishy. But they look exactly like the tires that we had on ours. Tune in for your live stream, Ken. Nice Discovery build. Yeah, that is a nice build. That is a nice build. Make it the next time Ken goes on. Make it the next time. All right, so we'll go through some of these. And like I said, Tamiya to me is always nice. Always top of the line. Grade A kits. Ooh, 724 already. This is going to be the runner with some of the parts that I probably, well, not probably, that I definitely wouldn't use. The kit is also missing the antenna, but you make that out of sprue yourself. So up here, and hopefully it focuses well. This is the launch tube. It comes in 2 halves. I built it last time. It actually comes out nice. The seams aren't bad. As you can see, there's no flash or anything ever on a Tamiya kit. These things are just ridiculously made so well. So that's your launch tube, which comes in 2 halves. And then you have the traversing unit, which comes in 2 halves. You have your night sight, which is infrared over here. And then you have your day sight on this side, and up top that little handle is the latch that I'm pretty sure that's the latch that closes when you do when you put the missile in and you lock it down. They give you 3 spare missiles or 4 spare missiles, 4 for the back, and one to put in the launch tube. These are the covers for the launch tube. Actually, somewhere around here I have the real cover to my tow missile. I was able to keep mine, so I could show you guys that one day. It's pretty cool. I used it as an ashtray. So those are pretty cool. They're actually exactly like what the covers are. This is the tray for up on top of the Humvee on your when you're spinning around. I forgot the name of that thing. And I think that's a Traverse too. That's where your MGS unit goes, and I'll show you what that is. That's the MGS unit right here. There's actually a cable that runs from your traversing unit down to the missile guidance system. So they got pretty much everything correct. This is the part of the traversing unit too, and these 3 here, this piece and this piece, is for when you're not vehicle mounted and you're land mounted and you're going to use the tow. We had that in the back of the vehicle too. That's the collar for it. So they got everything that was in our Humvees. These 2 things here, if you can see them, if it wants to focus, these are extra batteries that would go into the missile guidance system because that ran on battery. Then you have your water and gas cans. These are the cases for the day and night sight. So they really did their research, and they got everything that goes in the back of the Humvee. These are the springs that hold up the rear hatch. This over here is the rack that holds your missiles. These I won't use. These are those, I'm pretty sure they're called CIP panels. Like I said, I never used them. So these are to identify friendly versus foe. And then they have the figure in here. He's okay. He's not bad. He does have mold lines down the side that you got to get rid of. I wish I still had him. I painted him up crappily because I stink at figures. And also the vest that he has on. Oh, come on, focus. The vest that he has on is, I don't know what flak jacket that is because I didn't use that flak jacket. My flak jacket was still Vietnam era. But it's not bad. They got some kind of kit over here too. That's not a rucksack. I don't know what that is, but they have it to throw it into the back of the truck. a nicely molded sprue. Nicely done. I'll put this on the side out of the way. I used to only build armor, and then I got so tired of armor, I kind of stopped building for a while. And then, like I said, I started watching Steve Neal and got into the sci-fi and fantasy, which got me back in. But I still love to build my armor. Still love to build my armor. We'll go through more parts here. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 sets of sprues and the body of the vehicle. So this one here, you have your doors. This is not an up-armored Humvee. I didn't have an up-armored. The up-armored, this was, I think, the Kevlar doors, I think, were only rated for a 7.62 round. So anything bigger than that, we were dead. We were dead. The AM General, that's exactly how it was on the back. They give you 2 different kinds of hood scoops or airflow. We didn't have the one with a lot of slats in it. This was ours with the thicker slats like that. Your lighting is over here. They give you actually 2 sets of mirrors. These are those whippy arm ones. We had those at the beginning, and mechanics got kind of pissed at us in the military because we worked on our own vehicles. So when these are actually the new mirrors here that would go on the sides here. We actually did most of our own work. You had to do PMCS, preventative maintenance, on your vehicles every day. We did that, so I knew the ins and outs of this vehicle like nothing. These were our comfy seats. They're not comfy, but you learn to sleep in those really quick. I'll actually show you where I slept most of the time once we get to that part. Then you got engine detail parts. The dashboard, that's exactly like the dashboard. There's nothing to it, just a small instrument cluster in there. These are diesel vehicles, so there's a little switch over here that you would turn, wait for the glow plug to light up, and then you'd hit it and you'd go. The front of the truck, the windshield wipers, this is all done very, very well. So if you're into military vehicles and you like Hummers, this is an excellent one to buy. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Hey, what's going on, Phil? Yeah, Tamiya does make awesome kits. I mean, they really do their research. I have no problem with this kit at all. The only problem I have with it, it's not my Hummer. It's not the Hummer that I used. So over here, you got this big brush guard. Like I said, we didn't have this brush guard. We didn't have that on there. We just had a straight bumper. Then you got let's flip this over this way. Then you got the frame. This I won't use. That's that muffler that sticks up out of the side. We didn't use that. These are definitely correct. These are the wheels we used. And then you got all the goodies. This, oh yeah, look at that. Actually, that is the original. It's so hard to see on here. I'm sorry. That is actually the original radio we used. And then for you guys that were in the military, we moved over to the Singar radios. And when we were out in the field, we would, most of us, probably 4 or 5 of the vehicles, would switch over to channel 5150, and we would play music over that. We got busted so many times to turn it over to 5150. It was non-used channel, but then we'd talk on it and bullshit and all that other stuff. Hey, what's going on, Joe? Never heard of these Tamiya people. Are they good as MPC? Not quite as good as MPC. And they got all, you got your tow hooks, your drivetrain, oil pan, all that other good stuff. We did have our tool rack over here underneath the Humvee. And when you came back from the field, the underneath of the Humvee was a mess. And you actually went through to clean up your vehicles. You went through the wash station. And of course, the driver always had to do it. And you wore your wet weather gear because you used actual fire hoses to clean out the Kentucky mud. So anybody here that lives in Kentucky, you know how the back 40 is there and how muddy it can get. I don't know if it's bad as Georgia mud, but Kentucky mud was horrible. I'm trying to see if they have the pieces. Oh, it might be on another sprue. Was it on the other one? Oh, okay. It's right here. These 3 holes, hopefully you can see them. They're not open on here. They're open enough to make them look like holes, but these 3 holes inside here was hollow, and the mud that got up in there and how long you had to take to get the mud out of there was just ridiculous. But again, another clean, as you can see, another clean sprue, highly detailed parts. These guys, in my book, are amazing. Amazing. I always loved Tamiya. That's right, I'm kissing their butt. Kissing their butt. Alrighty. Let's put that guy on the side and we'll get to the last sprue. And it comes with 3 figures, I think it was. No. That's one thing that is one thing that I was not happy about. Why? That's interesting. Oh, that's what they did. Okay. They had the gunner. They do have 3 figures. They got your gunner, your driver, and your TC, but I think he's just standing outside straight-legged, or he's another gunner, because it looks like they have looks like they have the flak jacket we used. So I think this guy was just standing up straight in there. So here's the body, the top half of the shell of the Humvee. This is where the gunner sits. You got your traversing handle in here, so you can spin that sucker around really quick. That was always a fun game to play, to see who could get around the quickest. This is if you want to close it off and you don't want somebody in here. That's the hatch. This is the ring that you would traverse around on. And this is what I was saying. This flak jacket is different than the other flak jacket that they have. Hey John, how's it going? So I don't know what era that other flak jacket is, but definitely I didn't have that. Here's the hatch. All this is nice and done correctly. Even the Kevlar is done nicely, and you'll get to see my crappy painting of figures once I get to this again, because I do paint them, and I paint them crappily. The goggles, nobody ever wore these. I don't even think I was issued goggles. So poor Han was up in the gun when we were training out at NTC, just getting that desert wind and sand slapped all over his face. Poor guy. Poor guy. Pete was a good guy. And let's get to the last pieces. Like I said, there's not a lot of pieces in here. And this is for my military veterans group build that I won't finish in time, but I'm still going to do it. I have to rebuild this one. I'm going to do I might do a little different on it and close it up. Oh, you know what I noticed? I'm going to have to buy... Hello again, Kelly.
Oh,
Kelly's back to check on the clothes.
No.
Oh, it's dinner time?
Yeah, but I'm saving it for you.
Okay, save my dinner for me. Save my dinner for me. You know what I just noticed on the kit that I didn't notice last time? I'm going to have to buy an aftermarket set. They gave no weaponry for the driver or the gunner. And that is 2 gunners in there, which is wrong. There should have been a 3rd person. There should be your TC, tactical commander, your driver, and your gunner. And then this is the front, exactly like ours is. Same thing. And then you got your body here. And actually, when you fit it on, like I said, I built this last time, or I built this before. You don't even really have to deal with the seams. It's really nice. And where it sits would be a seam anyhow on the Hummer there. It's nothing on the bottom, really. It's just flat. Oh, wait a minute. Where was that other sprue? Oh, that was just the MGS stand that I missed. Over here's your shift for, drive, reverse, neutral, and then you got another shifter in there for your 4 high, 4 low, all that other good stuff. But it is a very beautiful kit, and I thank Bob Gregory for getting it for me after he heard my other one was destroyed. So this will definitely be a build for the veterans group build. If you're a veteran and want to get in that, we'll keep it open because mine's going to be late as usual. I'm late for every show. Almost missed tonight. And they got dinner on the table already. The one time that dinner's not at 8 o'clock. The last thing in the box is actually, we got decals to do. and we'll go through the instructions real quick. The instructions are always nice. I love Tamiya because they keep it in a booklet form, as you all know. I hate the ones that stretch all the way out. That's never ever fun for me. Speaking of military veterans group build, the F-16 is done and I've just finished the tarmac. I need to post a few. Oh, nice. Can't wait to see that. That is awesome. And then it's going to go, you know, it'll go step by step. Building drivetrain, chassis, frame, all that other good stuff. Start off with your toolkit that goes underneath. That's optional. And I'll go through it step by step. Okay, see, they do have the one. They do have the one driver, which is funny. I didn't see on here. They show him with the two different flak jackets. I definitely did not wear that flak jacket. I wore that flak jacket, so I didn't see two different tops in there. But I'll have to look and see. No, see, it says A40. That's Y15. And I don't see the different jacket. So I got to look and see. Look and see about that. But I'm definitely going to have to buy stowage. I'm going to have to buy weapons. I don't know if I have a weapon set anymore. I'm going to see if they have a 1/35 scale Mark 19 because I want to load it up with a 50 cal. A Mark 19 in the toe. That's what we had on there. And yes, there are two different ways you can pose the guy. One guy just is looking through. It looks like he's looking through the day sight downrange, and then you got the other guy ready to fire. And that's that for the instructions. Really not a lot. And then you got the decals, which I'm definitely not going to use these because I'm not doing it in a desert camouflage scheme. A lot of the stuff, except for the tire pressure, on my Hummer, that's all we had was the tire pressure. Front and back had our unit designation on it. Mine said Delta Company. It had DCO 1/187 INF on one side, and on the other side was Delta 43. That was my truck. I was Delta 43. So, but the Tamiya decals are really nice. Really nice. So that's definitely a future build. That's a future build, and we'll get that done, and I'm going to definitely change that up. But I'm going to try to have the sun. If you've seen my pictures of me and Kenny actually helped me with the diorama base for this and all that good stuff. Questions and answers. Oh, I got to flip that. I got to flip that back over this way. So if you guys are curious about how the toe, what TOW stands for, tube launched, optically tracked wire guided missile system. So basically when you fire it, it's on a big ass wire. And if you get too excited and you don't, after you fire the missile, if you don't do the right sequence, the wire doesn't cut after you fire your missile, and you actually have to cut it with something and then go. In training, you got to spool it all up. I'm sure in combat they just left the wires everywhere. But when you fire this thing and you're looking through the sights, when you're tracking your vehicle, how do I explain? Okay, you don't look at the missile. If you look at the missile, you're going to miss your target 100% of the time. You got to keep the crosshairs on the vehicle, building, whatever you're shooting at. You got to keep the crosshairs on here, because what a TOW missile does is when it comes out, it starts doing this. It goes up, over, side. It's bouncing all over the place until it gets close enough to its target, and then boom, it'll go right in on it and smack it. What was cool when we had them for a little while. I didn't get to fire it, unfortunately. I don't remember if it's the TOW 2 or another enhanced TOW, but with the original TOWs that I was shooting, our job was to kill tanks, and you had to shoot between the hull and the turret was your best shot for the kill, because there's less armor in between both of those. The newest TOW that they were coming out with when I was leaving actually would, as it got to the tank, would shoot up, come down, and come through the top armor, because the top armor was so weak. The interesting thing with a TOW missile, it doesn't arm right away. I forgot how many meters out before it arms. So if it God forbid something happens and it falls to the ground and doesn't make its destination, it's not armed, and then you can call EOD out there to do their thing and blow that thing up, because they're not going to go out there and pick it up and put it back in the tube. They're going to blow that thing up. But if you're shooting at something that is still within that range of where the warhead has not armed yet, say you're hitting a light-skinned vehicle or something like that, or even a medium tank, and it hits, it's not going to blow up, and it's not going to hurt. The thing is so fast. This is what we were told, that it would penetrate through the other side, and the vacuum is so great inside that tank. All it would be is just red spots all over the wall. So you would kill those people, and then you can still fire at whatever target you have downrange. So just, that was a crazy little story that they told me that's how it worked. I stripped an old Hummer kit and put it in a Star Wars hangar bay diorama. At least spot the hood candy. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was saying before that I did enjoy being the driver. I did gunner duty too. I never got TC because I left as an E4. That's a specialist. That's the sham shield people. We know how to get out of every duty possible. But I liked being the driver because I had the M16A2 with an M203 grenade launcher. But the first time I ever really, I wouldn't say got worried, but then I thought about it. I was like, damn, this is a rough job. We went out to a live fire. And when I first started, we had the LCEs. That's load carrying equipment. That's like the ones you saw in Vietnam with the shoulder straps, and you had your magazine pouches at the bottom. I had those for like 2 weeks, and then we changed over to what's called an LBV. That's a load-bearing vest. So across your chest, you have your magazines. You got 6 magazines for a full combat load. Down on your hips, you have 2 baseball grenades. Then you have your butt pack, so you carry your poncho or whatever in there. And then your canteens on the side. Up on the top, you got your first aid kit, flashlight, knife, whatever you carried. But because I was a 203 gunner, I had my combat load of 6 30-round magazines. So that's 30, 60, 90, 180 rounds on my chest, plus the 30-round magazine that was in my M16. But on top of that, because I was the 203 gunner, not the Mark 19, but 203 on my M16, I had my M203 vest on top of that. So you're talking 369. Yeah, it was 369. It was 1840 mic round. Talking military now. 40 millimeter rounds. We call them mic rounds. So it's either high explosive, incendiary, shotgun, flares. But I had 18 of those things on me, and then 180 rounds below that. And then I was thinking to myself, hot damn, if I get shot in the right place, there is going to be nothing left of me. I especially with the high explosive ones, I'm sure if one of those goes off, it's going to start hitting the other ones, and that's going to go off, and they're going to send me home in a Ziploc bag. You know, this would have been me. Thankfully, I never had to go anywhere, but that's the only time I really thought about how dangerous my specific job was, because as a tow gunner, which was nice being a tow gunner, was the enemy tanks at the time that I served couldn't reach out and touch us. It was impossible. They did not have the range to reach us. Any enemy tank, that's a tongue twister, but we can reach them. So it was a nice standoff. You know, our standoff range was greater than their standoff range, so we didn't have to worry about any of their tanks. Now, if say an ally turned on us, then we were screwed, because they could reach us. So it was interesting. It was a fun job. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. I told you about sleeping in the chairs. You learn to sleep in the front. My buddy Eisenhower, he always got the back because he was an E4 too while I was there, but he served in the first Gulf War, so he, respect. You got your combat. You got your combat patch. You get to lay across the front. Sergeant Fry, he never took the back. He took the front seat all the time. But this, let me put it this way. Right across this hood was my favorite place to sleep. Brought out my sleeping bag, whipped that sucker across, and that was it. Especially at the beginning of the night, if we were using the Humvees, the engine was still warm. If it was a cool fall night, it warmed you up. And then if you guys that were in the military know about the winter sleeping bags, you ain't getting cold in those. Once it's warm, your body heat just stays in those things and you're nice and toasty. Hey, Eric was our military guy in there too. But yeah, that's I can go on and on about my service in the 101st Airborne. I'm very, very proud of it. Actually, Kelly's more proud, I think, than I am that I was 101, because she tells her kids, you know, especially when she's talking about D-Day and stuff. Not that I was there, but she mentions the unit and all that other stuff. I'm a very proud Screaming Eagle Rakkasan, and I could talk about this Humvee all day and what we did and had fun. I wasn't in long, but I had the greatest time, made the best friends, and it was really good. I still talk to some of the guys. But guys, Kelly said that dinner's ready. They're keeping it warm for me. So just make sure you go over to the site and vote for the group builds that are on there if you haven't yet. Yeah, do the group builds. And sign up at the site. Come on, guys. You all hang out here. There's 24 people watching. There's 24 people not talking. I know a lot of guys watch and hang out. They don't really like to talk, but just say hello once in a while. We'd love to have you. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel. And I really hope to see you guys with your models over at the community, because I do love watching your builds. So guys, have a great night. I'm going to go figure out what dinner is. Not figure it out. Go see what dinner is. And then I shall see you all. If I'm not working crazy overtime on Wednesday night, I'll see you guys Wednesday night. Hey, Chris, that's right. Go vote. Go vote, guys. All right, guys, as usual, be safe out there. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves. And we'll see you over on the community. Please come sign up. I'm begging. I'm begging. All right, good night, everybody. I'll see you later.